Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Well, this is part 2 of the Duratrax Invader BX buggy. The reason I made this video into 2 parts is because I have a little surprise. Let's put you on the tripod and see what we got going on today. Well, alright guys, here's what we got. In the last video, you kind of seen that I had this Duratrax .18 nitro engine. It pulled fine. Glow plug was fine. I had bought this new HPI, I'm sorry, air filter, brand new, everything ready to go, and I tried to crank it. Biggest issue I had was both of the needles, even fully seated and closed, was still allowing fuel just completely flow through this engine. So I took it to one of my good buddies who's been into RC for just about forever. Had him look at it, and we both determined that somebody over time has churned both the needles too far in and crunk them down, completely destroying the seats and the needles. And for what this carburetor is going to cost to replace, or even trying to find these old needles, it's not worth it. Well, what I ended up doing is, if you see here, this is the Duratrax .18R. This is the racing version of this one. Ended up buying this motor. With the motor, I had to buy a different flywheel. You'll kind of notice, I don't know if you can notice, there's a flat spot on this crankshaft where this one is completely round. So we had to put a little, I believe it's a little collet, and I think we ended up going with a Duratrax. I'm sorry, no, we ended up going with what is this one? Rustler. Traxxas Rustler or something, off the nitro engine. As far as the the flywheel, we ended up using the same shoes, the same clutch belt, everything else is the same. Yes, you probably noticed there's a couple scratches, and the reason is I've already broke this motor in, and I took it on a couple high-speed passes, and ended up, one of the times it kind of flipped over, kind of just mad that I scratched up this complete heat sink. I had another HPI with a bigger throat air filter, and I must have forgot to zip tie it down. It's like a couple houses down somewhere in the grass. I have to find it. Ended up losing it, and I'm very upset about that. So, really, this has been a fun and just a fun buggy. This thing is very, very sick. It's got a lot of speed. So, you know, for $25, but it's about $25 is what I paid for this. With this engine right here, $25, and I had bought another Traxxas Rustler, and I swiped the 2.4 gigahertz radio out of it and replaced the Rustler with an AM setup. So we got this one going. I don't forgot already what I spent for the other one, so I'm not even worried about the little cost. My daughter got a truck out of it, and I got a radio for this buggy. Well, being that this is an older model, this thing is roaring, it's working, everything is working fine like I've showed in the last video, but, you know, what would a car or a buggy be without some kind of body? Now, being this is an older model, I had to do a little digging around, and what I found on eBay was an original body. Brand new, it's new in the package, it's old stock, just happened to got lucky. We have an entire, this is the Invader body. You can see the little inside. It's made for the nitro, you even got the little hole. So, you know, so I was looking at this earlier and I said, well, let me pick up the camera and we're going to shoot a little video. Kind of adds a little sickness to it, and what's cool is I didn't notice in the pictures, I even got the little wing. The only thing is I have to really right now I have to find some kind of brackets that hold the wing on. You can notice there's no wing. It would sit kind of, see if I can scoop this in the frame, or it would kind of sit like right here. So I'm missing the, oh, actually I got it backwards, guys, I'm sorry. It would sit like this back here. So that's the only thing I'm really missing to finish this one up. So ended up getting a cool body. Don't like that this is black. I don't know why that is, but everything else is the same, so I don't know why this would come out black and the body's blue. But I know that, guys. But here's like what else we're going to do. We need to modify this a little bit because we are running the cooling fins on the racing engine are a lot bigger in diameter, and in height. So we're going to have to do something about that. The back of the body, as you see right here, needs to pin down, and it's still a little hair from actually being able to be pinned down. So what we're going to start with right now is make sure what I did right here is go ahead and put the front of the body, let me see, get it turned around so you guys can see it. Went ahead, put this on the little mark. I just got to run a pin through it, but I'm not going to pin it down quite yet. I got the exhaust basically right there in the right spot. So what we're going to do is have to right now go ahead and modify this body a little to fit this bigger engine in. Before I even go cutting here on the side, what I'm going to do is take my marker, and we're just going to take a good guesstimate. So what I'm going to do is just put a couple of little simple marks. We're just going to try just to remove just enough material to allow this, just to allow this whole fin really to be able to come up and poke out through here. It'll help with, I would say it would help with starting, but what the major issue is now, something I did forget to mention, we're going to go ahead and cut this out, and that will allow the body to snap down tight. And what we're going to also have to do is, if you notice down here, guys, here's the spot for the rotor start. I went from a pull cord to basically like a little remote starter. Plug it in, hit your button, boom, fires it up. Makes it a lot easier to start. You're not sitting there yanking on a little pull cord. So what I'm going to do right now off camera is I'm going to double check this. There's a clear protective film over this body. So I'm just going to go ahead right now, double check my marks, start removing just a little material at a time until I can get the body to go down. So just give me a moment, guys. I'll be right back with you. I'm going to snap this front back down, pin it, and we'll go ahead and work on that real quick. Alright, guys. Here's what I've done so far. I just marked out a simple hole. I went in a little closer just really to kind of see what I've got before I go, crazy with it. If you've noticed, it's starting to open up more. This is what material I removed so far. Just took a small amount out. I see my line. I kind of know where I have to come out a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is now take out hopefully the last section, which will enable me to get this body down and to clear the new cooling fins. So that's what I got removed so far. Let me go ahead and just trim out a hair more, and we'll be on the way to getting this done. Alright. Well, I got the whole top right here enlarged. Now we got the cylinder head poking through, which should provide, cooling fins. So now it should provide a lot more better cooling. You can see I went ahead and just pinned it off. Got enough room. There's still the clear plastic on here, so we're going to still have to remove that. But the one more modification, actually there's probably going to be two more. The exhaust is perfect. You see the exhaust sticking out right there out of the side. But because this is not a pull start buggy, I'm still deciding. I have right here, about to lose it. I have right here is the starter. So what I'm thinking is just like this, just give it a small, just a little notch, nothing too fancy. Let's see, something in the neighborhood of that. We'll go ahead and I'm going to remove this amount of material, which will allow me to take the little starter, come straight through this in case for some reason it shuts off, and that way I could just restart it, put the glow plug igniter in, coming through the side of my starter, bam, fire it up. So that's going to be the next step, is I'm going to go ahead and trim out for this. So let me go ahead and knock that out. We'll go ahead and trim this up, and it'll be time to start pulling some clears off this body, pulling the clear, and seeing what else came in the pack. Alright guys, here we go. Now I'm ending the modifications of this body. You can see I've got like a little half moon, whatever you call it, right there. That way I can come in with my electric starter, plug it right in, spin the engine over, start it. So that was definitely necessary. Well, the next part of this, we're going to see how good they are. Let's see, get it out the package here for y'all guys. This is an original Duratrax body, as you can see. Because this is an older car, right now I guess basically you can call it almost a new car because it has a new engine. But included was a whole host of stickers. So you know what, let's go ahead and kind of decorate this out. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to shut the camera off. We're going to go ahead and peel. There's like a protective little film. You can kind of see it coming up right there, I believe. So what I'll do is go ahead and pull this entire little film off, exposing the actual body, and figure out a couple little stickers. You got to have stickers, make your car go fast. Little joke in there, guys. Alright guys, we got the body here. You can kind of see how shiny it is, how nice it looks. Definitely I love the color. Like I said, forgot to do this one. It usually only takes a second. You just grab a hold of the clear film and pull. And oh, this will be the exact same way if you bought your body unpainted. You would still have the clear film protective. So I guess this is all sprayed and done at the factory, and they just wait for you to remove this keep from scratching. Still don't understand why they, in the same exact sealed package, I got a black fin, blue body, but hey, I'll deal with it. So first step, what I'm gonna do, I'm thinking about it anyway. I'm thinking about go ahead and taking this black and go ahead and creating a windshield, and you can kind of see little lines in this plastic. Kind of see it right there on the inside. So on the outside, basically, I'm gonna fill this in, and we're gonna go ahead and do this side one. So these are all marked front, left, and right. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and try to make this body look even cooler. I love these little flame and all job, but I want to do something just a hair different. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna go ahead and make this kind of simple. Definitely use the center one. I'll go ahead and use the side one there. Let's create that window. Well, let me go ahead and put them on. Let me go ahead and do that step real quick, and let's see what we come out with. I'm making this little body look even cooler. Well guys, this is what I've done so far. Kind of added in like the black windshield and black side. I thought that was kind of cool. Still working a couple little air bubbles out. Can't stand them. But you know, it kind of breaks up all that flame and everything. Kind of adds a little dimension. Well, next couple things I'm thinking about is maybe across the windshield, let's do a duratrax.com. That way we'll do one right here to kind of highlight the company that this car is representing. And I'm thinking for the sides, I want everybody to know what this is. So what I'm thinking is we could do the blue, the red, white, black. I don't know, it's going to be a toss-up between these two. Thinking about coming down the side so that way everybody realizes that this is a duratrax Nitro Invader BX. So let me go ahead and decide on this. Definitely go ahead and do this. Maybe even a race number on here. Let me figure that out. And we're almost done with this little project. Well guys, here she goes. She's all done. I don't want too many gaudy stickers. I do want to represent Duratrax and the BX model. So if you noticed here on the roof, I've picked my number for this car is going to be number 3. I made sure I replicated that on the very front part. Representing Duratrax, we got that top and bottom. Got the BX model right back here. And also on the sides. Just very simple. Just to highlight the name and everything. Got this done. Now it's what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and grab this little Duratrax sticker. I'm just going to put it across the very back wing. So that way once I do have the mount in my possession, that way it will basically look something like this right on the car. Well, alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it so much. As always guys, give me a thumbs up. If you love Duratrax, Nitro cars, RCs in general, let me know in the comments down below if there's anything would have made this car a little cooler. We done got the bigger heat sinks on this motor. We got the Type R engine, which is the racing, Roto Start. Basically, this is an all brand new car. Total with the Roto Start, I bought that used, brand new engine. I've got about $75 installed in that. Another $6-7 for a brand new fuel tank, and $20 in miscellaneous little parts to do the clutch. And my Duratrax Nitro car, my BX model. Let me know what y'all think, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, please rate, subscribe, and comment.